Hi guys, it's Steelbook back with another chronological Bluray Steelbook review. It's been a little while since my last one. Again, it's probably been around a week, just over a week. But I had a few Bluray Steelbook updates to do, so I figured they were, the more important thing to do. But the last time we did one of these, we finished off with coming to the end of a Paramount Wave, a Zavvi exclusive Paramount Wave from the 20th of October. That was number 300, which I think was Reservoir Dogs. So we're going to start off with the final two from October, from that wave, and then we're going to get into November. But we won't even be close to finishing November by the time this video is finished, because I think there was well over about 24, 25 steelbooks in November. So we'll get, the majority done, but there'll still be about 6 or 7 left for next time, which I'm going to do in a couple of days. Might even be tomorrow. I want to try and do a double header of this. So yes, we're going to start off with the last two Zavvi exclusives, which was Team America World Police from the Paramount Wave. Really nice release, this one, and although it wasn't a brand new film, it was brand new to Blu-ray at the same time. In fact, I think actually this got put back a few weeks, and the America came out first. But yeah, this was originally announced by Play.com probably 2-3 years ago, is coming out alongside G.I. Joe Rise of Cobra, which still to this day hasn't come, and I very foolishly sold my German steelbook a few years ago thinking, well, I'm going to get the UK one. It's never come, and the German one's now quite rare, but I can hold out. I'm sure one day they'll bring out a Rise of Cobra steelbook. But anyway, so this has got a really nice embossed title in stars. Border as well, of course, as you'd always get with an embossed release. Nice vivid picture on the back as well, and inside we have the disc, which is the plain old Paramount disc, and the inside artwork as well, which is pretty cool. And yeah, this one's still available, and it's come down in price quite a bit since its original release. So yeah, you can pick it up for a pretty fair price now, but definitely recommended. And the second one, and the final one from the wave, is Thor. Obviously this isn't at the same quality as the HMV exclusive. It's still quite nice. It's got a nice embossed title, nice bright colours on the front. The back leaves it a lot to be desired though. But this one did sell out. It came back briefly, but it's gone for good now, and it sold a lot quicker than Captain America, which it should do, because it was more wanted than Captain America. There's the inside artwork there. But yeah, this, I think I paid like £13 on this on release, even though I didn't even have to, because I already had the 3D Armory and the other steelbook. But I'm steelbook collector, so you got to pick them up, and I knew it would sell out. I probably could have waited, because I think it did drop a little before it went, but this is now gone. So now we move on to November, and we're going to start off with a Fox Wave. None of these were exclusive to anywhere, and I think all but one are still available. So first we have Daredevil, and this is starting to get harder to find, but you can still pick it up for a fairly decent price. So yeah, these were released on the 4th of November. So yeah, this one has an embossed title. I think they will actually have an embossed title and border, I think. No, actually. Okay. 3 of them do. The one that doesn't is the one that's out of print, but we'll talk about that very soon. So yes, 3 of them that were not limited editions or anything all have the same basic setup. It's a really cool, different style of cover. It's very dark, which I quite like. The back artwork could have been better. It does look a little blown up, like it was from a small picture and they've blown it up and it's lost the quality, which is not good. And then we have the disc here as well, and some cool inside artwork. Who knows, maybe we'll get an Electro one to go with it. But yeah, this one's still available around, I think you pick them for about 7-8 quid now. And then next up we have The Fifth Element. I've still got the German steelbook still sealed, which I still can't get rid of. I've tried to sell it loads of times, no one wants it. So it looks like I'm going to be stuck with 2 versions of this steelbook, although this artwork is much nicer. So yes, we have the title is embossed there. Some nice artwork on the back, but again, they don't really use up all of the back there. That's a thing that Fox tend to do. And then we have the disc, which is the same as the Amaray that I used to have, and it's really just, you know, inside out work on one side. But yeah, this is pretty cheap now, so it's a nice steelbook though. I would recommend it. Okay, so the next one, this is the one that is different, and this is the one that's I'm not quite sure why it's so hard to find, but it is, and that is JFK Director's Cut. I have a feeling that they only printed a very small amount of these, and it's sort of gone under the radar. A lot of people talk about, you know, oh, how Kick-Ass 2 has arisen in Rush and The World's End, but they were all new movies. Now this was new to Blu-ray. It came out on Amaray and Steelbook at the same time. But the Steelbook, just they mustn't have made many copies, because it sold out pretty quickly. It's never come back. And unfortunately, the one that I got, I mean, I paid about £10 for this, did have a bit of damage in the corner, which I've crudely covered up with some blue marker pen, but it doesn't match. Thinking, oh well, I'll just pick it up when it's cheaper, but it's never come back. So this is what I'm left with, and I'm going to have to just deal with this. It's got a debossed title, but yeah, I don't know what happened. Just they mustn't have made very many for this country anyway. I know it's available in other countries, but it's the UK one that counts for me. And got an email or something. I'm using my tablet today. I bought a new tablet, so I can look at the list better, because on my iPod it's quite small and I've got to squint to see what's going on. So there's the inside outlook as well. But yeah, this is a really rare release now, so it's gone under the radar. But if you can find this anywhere, you know, cheap, then pick it up. But you probably won't. And the last one for this wave is, oh, as he drops it, great, is X-Men 2, X-Men United, or X2. I always call it X-Men 2. We call it X2. It's an interesting one. It's got a nice embossed title, some, you know, cool artwork on the front, but it doesn't match up with the others. You know, well, it doesn't match up with X-Men 1, because that didn't have any embossing, which is a bit of a shame. Neither did First Class or X-Men Origins Wolverine. You know, or the Wolverine, which we'll get to later on in this video. But yeah, so it does stand out. Hopefully X-Men 3, I think that's coming. It should be anyway. X-Men The Last Stand will be different. So yeah, there's the back artwork there. Usual stuff from them. I still actually have my 6-disc trilogy, just because of the 3 bonus Blu-rays. I don't even know if they're worth having. If anyone can tell me if the bonus discs, you know, if the content is in HD, or if it's just a Blu-ray with lots of SD content on it, because I have the 2-disc definitive editions of X-Men 1 and 2, and also the 2-disc German import steelbook of X-Men 3, which have all the extras on them. So if the Blu-rays don't really add anything, I can sell that 6-disc set and just stick to these Blu-ray steelbooks and the DVD steelbooks. Still with too many steelbooks, but there you go. Okay, so next up, I'll have to unlock the screen. Is from, I think it's from the next week, is it? Not from the same week. Is a jumbo steelbook. We all hate these, don't we? It's The Hobbit 3D extended edition. Really frustrated by this. You know, the fact that they had to put 5 discs in made it impossible for it to be anything but a jumbo. And of course they gave us the regular steelbook and then this version. But interestingly, for the next film, which I think is coming out next month, Demolition of Smoke on steelbook, they put it straight to a 3D steelbook, but it's still not going to be extended. So that's 4 discs, and I'm sure there'll be a 4-disc extended, maybe a 5-disc extended 3D Blu-ray jumbo steelbook. I really hope they don't do it. You know, I'd rather this was the only one, but I guess for completion reasons, if I end up with, you know, the 3 Lord of the Rings, you know, jumbo steels, and the 3 Hobbit jumbo steels, and also 3 regular Hobbit steels, it's fair enough, but it's a bit overkill. Especially when I have no intention of watching any of these films until all of them are out. So yeah. So there's not much point in showing the inside artwork on this, because there isn't any. and I don't have any protective sleeves, which is why I've kept the backing card on, but there's nothing too amazing about it. It's still available, but it's never really been cheap, unfortunately. I like to keep the prices high on these, but hopefully you can pick it up at some point, maybe second hand, from someone. I must say, I used to have I actually bought the 3D Amaray because it was so nice, but I sold it. I bought it from CX, I sold it back to CX, and kept the lenticular slip, but because it's that nice. So now we move on to the 11th of November, and we have 4 for this week. It's we again. It's not me, it's we again. So, yes. Number 1, it's the Great Gatsby 3D. This one is available everywhere and it's dropped like a stone. Even the Amaray is dropped like a stone. This could have been so much nicer. Originally, this mug wasn't there. The title was up in the middle. The 3D wasn't there. And, you know, there was a lot of hope that a lot of this might be embossed, but maybe it was too much wishful thinking. But yeah, see the back, it'll be a lot better if it's just the title in the middle. There you go. This was my 3rd Steelbook getting this, because the first 2 both had damage on the back, really bad damage from Sainsbury's, but it's 3rd time's a charm. Comes with a UV code as well. Obviously that's been redeemed. Your basic white discs, which I guess, you know, with the type of movie it is, actually isn't too bad. But yeah, this is I think about 12-13 quid now, so pretty cheap, but it's decent, but nothing mind-blowing. And a lot of the blockbuster 3D Steelbooks that won't have done this, the next one I'm going to show, and also later ones like Man of Steel and the Gravity that I showed just the other day, they're just pretty, you know, meh. They're not fantastic. This is probably the best of the bunch, but even then it's not amazing as Pacific Rim 3D. Again, available everywhere, but this one's kept a higher price. It's not, again, no embossing or debossing or anything like that. Straight up 3D, wham in your face. Some pretty cool back artwork, I'll say that sort of makes up for it. It's got a nice sheen to it. Again, this came with the ultraviolet code as well. The good thing about this is it is actually 3 discs. You've got your 3D, your 2D, and also your special features. It's nice inside artwork as well. Excuse me, I'm a little cough today. So yeah, I mean it's a nice Steelbook, but of those 4 I mentioned, it's probably the best book. Damning it with fate, praise, and all that. It could have been far better. And you know, it's an interesting thing. It doesn't have the plastic things on the side, because obviously there's extra discs there. I usually find it easy to close, but anyway, the next 2 for the 11th of November. Up first, we have the Zavi exclusive of the game, which doesn't even have the title on the front, but there you go. These 2 that I'm going to show now, this and 12 Monkeys, damage pretty easily because of the black paint. It's not a great quality Steelbook. It's got a nice debossed doll, which is pretty cool, but there are small scratches around. I mean, I can fill them in with, you know, a bit of marker pen or whatever, but they were pretty budget. I mean, I waited until they were cheap. I think they are still cheap. Actually, they might have gone back up. Zavi had a load of sales at Christmas and everything was dirt cheap, and there were Steelbooks like a £5 and £7 and stuff like that. And then they've all gone back up, so they can probably drop them again later on. But yeah, if it has gone back up, then I would suggest waiting again, because it's gonna drop again. And 12 Monkeys is exactly the same as the Clouds Descend. Yeah, I mean, this is pretty cool again with the debossed title, but it's just you know, just another Steelbook for the collection. Really, it could have been a lot better. I was hoping for a lot better from this, to be honest. But yeah, it's just another one. Nothing really to say about it, unfortunately. Although I do like the eye, very Terminator-esque. So right, so that is those done. So now we move on to the 18th of November, and I'll be right back with him. Okay, so I stopped it before it ran out. I do that now. Once I get to nearly 15 minutes, I sort of stop it so we can seamlessly carry on. So it's Invasion of the Body Snatchers. This is the first of 3 releases from the 18th of November. Although I actually remember getting this in early November. I got it quite early because I bought it direct from Arrow for, I think it was £14. Really cool sort of old school artwork on this. The usual good stuff from Arrow. You know, a lot of the steelbooks really are basically the same, but you know, why change something good? Got a nice booklet in here as well. Get this thing out. Really thicker than usual actually, and the disc there too. So yeah, this one this has fluctuated in price. If you were lucky enough, you might have been able to pick this up recently from Sainsbury's when they were having a clear out before they decided to no longer sell steelbooks and other things like that. To which I really hope they succeed. He says that with great teeth. But yeah, Invasion of the Body Snatchers was like £9 or something. And this was like a month or 2 after it was even released. It was pretty low, but if not, then you know, I'm sure it's around about, you know, £15 mark. Pretty cool stuff though. And the next one we have is Nosferatu, which I bought from Zabi, I think, online on eBay. It was under £15, cheapest price I could find it for. But yeah, Nosferatu, really nice old school again artwork, but you know, it's Eureka, so. Just like Arrow, I mean, they're really cheap. They battle it out. I guess it's like the Marvel and DC of. That's the best thing I can think of. I would say WWE and TNA, but that's not really fair to whoever is TNA. So yeah, Marvel and DC. You know, which one does a better job with restoring? Which one does a better job with packaging? I would probably give it to Eureka, to be honest, because they don't screw up anywhere near as much as Arrow. But Arrow do release a lot more films that I enjoy than Eureka on the whole. But yeah, this is really cool setup. And I think this is still, you know, relatively cheap. It's a double play release, and you know, it's a bit of movie history as well. So definitely recommend pick this one up. Very nice stuff indeed. And will people stop emailing me when I'm trying to do my bloody video? So next up we have the Wolverine. This is the Wolverine 3D. This is the first HMV exclusive steelbook for a while. They've obviously done a few recently with Red 2, which we'll get to in the next video. And they're doing Ender's Game, and I think they've done one in the one recently as well. But yeah, I mean, the thing with these is they go for silly prices on eBay for a couple of weeks, and then they die down, and then they get cheap. Now, I bought this, a friend of mine bought this actually for me. I only had to pay postage. So I paid just about 22 quid, 23 quid for it. But now it's in the 2 for £30 sale in HMV, so, you know, if I'd known, I would have waited, but you just don't know, do you? You know, especially when rumours fly about print runs and things. But plus it looks so nice that I just wanted to get it in my hands, really. And I think Red 2's gone the same way now. You know, I remember when Red 2 came out, people were going crazy for it. And now, yeah, it probably sells for about 12 quid on eBay. So anyway, this version again has 3 discs, which is really cool. You've got the Unleashed Extended Cut on Blu-ray, regular cut of the movie on Blu-ray, and then the 3D version as well, and some nice cool inside outlook too. So yeah, as I said, the adamantium claws, really nice effect on the front, really cool stuff. I like that a lot. There's also an advert there for Days of Future Past, which, if that doesn't get a steelbook, I'll eat my hat. But yeah, I would say absolutely pick it up now. You know, if you're near an HMV, it's in their 2 for £30 3D sale. You could actually pick up 2 copies and give one to a friend. So yeah, definitely worth that. So we're going to end this video with not 1, not 2, but 6 animated steelbooks to finish us off, and these were all released on the same day, the 25th of November. And actually Red 2 was released on the 25th as well, but that's going to be in our next. That's going to be the first one in our next video, along with a bunch of other titles that were also released on that week, including The World's End. So it'll be nice to revisit that. But anyway, yes, we've got 6 left, and I think all of them are, you know, really good films, but well, we'll get to one in a minute, but one of them sort of lets us slide down. So I'm going to start off with Despicable Me 2. This is a Zabi exclusive. and a really beautiful steelbook, although it's sold everywhere, it seems. It was a Savvy exclusive, but Sainsbury's was selling it cheap for about 12 quid recently, and other places have sold it as well. Entertainment Store, I believe, has sold it as well, so I'm not sure what's going on there, whether it was a steelbook for a brief period of time, exclusivity. It has happened with Savvy. A lot of their Fox Waves are now sold by Fox Direct, and also Artificial Eye are putting out their steelbooks. Zatoichi 13 Assassins plus 7 Samurai from BFI are being released to everyone, but again, I'm not sure why, because they didn't sell it the first time. So if people really wanted it, they'd buy it as an exclusive. If you can't even sell an exclusive out, then why make it available across the board? But hey, that's their decision. So yes, really cool inside artwork on this one. It is a shame it's just a 2D disc. I had to double dip and get the 3D Amray with slip, but there you go, that's the way it goes. But I mean, and I paid like 18 quid or something for this, and I do wish I paid 12. It's probably worth it. But it's got a nice glossy finish, which you don't see often these days, although it is coming back, I believe, this year. A lot more glossy stuff. Okay, so here's the disappointment. This is another Savvy exclusive, Monsters University. This one hasn't sold out, shockingly. If they kept the original artwork, maybe it would have done. If it had been glossy, then I'm sure it would have done. But yeah, having no title on the front and this on the spine as well, pretty shocking. That was the original artwork, I believe, for the front. If that had been the front artwork and it was glossy, and even if they put that on the back, but it had been glossy, I think this would have sold out a lot sooner. But it's still available, and I paid like 20 quid for it. And I remember this one being bloody hard to open as well for some reason. Oh, bloody hell. So, and again, it's just a single disc. I actually had a triple dip on this. I've got the Sainsbury's exclusive with the bonus disc, and I also got the 3D Amray with slip as well. Yeah, and the inside outlook is pretty dark and grim. It's really underwhelming, and it's probably one of the worst, along with Planes, probably one of the worst Disney steelbooks. So there you go. But we're going to finish off with 4 really nice Studio Ghibli releases. This is the first time I've actually shown them all together, because I bought them all on different times. And this was actually the first one I bought, was the second one I bought, House Moving Castle, I think. Getting confused now, but yes, these are just in alphabetical, all of these 4. Now all of these look like they had white covers, but of course, as we know, in the steelbook world, if it's white, it's probably silver, and that's exactly what we got on these. But it's still nice artwork, so they all follow the same pattern really. This one has a blue spine with the name of the film and a small Ghibli logo on the bottom there. They're pretty plain, but the artwork is really nice, so it gives with one hand and takes with the other. There's the Blu-ray, there's the DVD, which I guess again I've kind of double dipped out all of these because I've got the double plates with slip cases for these, except for Nausicaa, which wasn't a double play and it didn't have a slip. But either 3 were, so again, the double dipping returns. But when you collect a lot of different things, it's sort of difficult to sort of give one up, because then that's not complete, or this is not complete. So it's easy just to have them all, but then you end up with 2, 3, 4 versions of films, Battle Royale, I'm looking at you. But yeah, it's a nice one. Now these 4, and I'll talk about all 4 in general for these, are getting pretty hard to get cheap. This was the cheapest I bought, which was £15.50, and the rest were all around the £20 mark. I think, well, House Moving Castle was £20, that one's, you can't buy that anywhere now pretty much. Nausicaa and Ponyo, I think I paid £18 each for, and they're still around, but again, you're not going to get much cheaper than that. You might not even get that cheap. I had to use a code to get that price. So here's the Blu-ray DVD here, and yeah, really nice inside look on this one. Sort of puts Monsters into shame, doesn't it? And then the third one, and I should actually, obviously, this is predominantly green on the front here, so we have a green spine. And the next one is purple, Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind, which was the first Ghibli Blu-ray released in this country, and as I say, they didn't do a double play, they just did single Blu-ray. And also, there was no no slipcase, so it's the only one in the whole collection that's slipless. But at least I do get the DVD, which I didn't have originally, so that's pretty cool. Yes, a nice artwork again inside there. I mean, you know, these films are really beautiful, all of them, and sort of one day I'm just going to have a marathon. I think I'm going to wait until they're all out, which there's still a few stragglers. I know that Spirited Away is probably going to be the last one to be released, but once they are all released, I'm going to go through in order and watch them in some sort of marathon. I don't know how I'm going to manage it, but there you go. It just should show the Ponyo back as well. Sorry about that. Ponyo, blue, and here we have the disc. Ponyo was actually, I think, the first Blu-ray I bought with the Jubilee releases, alongside Nausicaa. And I missed out on the collector's edition, but I don't mind too much now. Yeah, really cool artwork on this one as well. I really enjoyed this film, Ponyo. Very sweet film. So there you have it. This was pretty long, this one. Longest for a while, but I wanted to sort of go in depth on a lot of stuff. So yeah, that's another 20 in the bank. The next video, as I say, I'm going to try and get it done tomorrow, but I'm a bit busy, so I might have to do it the day after. In which case that will be Thursday, and that will be numbers 321. I didn't even mention which ones these were. These are 301 to 320. This is episode 16 of this long-running series. Yes, episode 17 will be 321 to 340, which is looking at Red 2 from the end of November, all the way through to Jackie Brown from December the 9th. But again, that's only going to be about halfway through December the 9th. It was really so many steelbooks at this point. There was 6-7 a week, so it was getting pretty hectic. But yeah, Red 2 to Jackie Brown in the next video. So until then, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Till then, take care. Bye for now.